We started hearing sounds
I was trying my best.
behind the female toilet
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Shut up lah, don't say anything lah.
Why
Basically just
tell her though?
pointed.
And then he disappeared.
Oh my god.
What the hell is this?
Oh my god. I remember this.
Well, that's a lot of ghost stories for a while. But I know with this whole like ghost season, spooky season, like right now, I'm sure a lot of our cultures have like taboos and things we cannot do, because it might invite some other entity coming here. Do you guys have any like examples you can give us?
Relax lah, bro.
Yeah, there's some in Malay culture where if you sense something like on trees and you feel like it's watching you, you should never approach it. That's why, like in Malay culture, some people are scared of tall trees, because they have like some sort of beings that stay up there and watch you. So in these situations, you should never go under a tall tree, especially yeah.
What are those things called? I know they have a name, right? I feel like someone told me before, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
Hantu,
I
I think it's called Hantu.
No, there's a specific word for it, but I don't remember which one.
Pontianak penunggu.
Pontianak Malam Sundau.
Uh,
Horny ghost.
Hey,
So usually, I mean, for Indians, yes, we do believe in those kind of things that not supposed to disturb the living plants and stuff. But then we we won't do it in the night after 6 o'clock. We don't pluck any trees and stuff.
I mean, this reminds me of a funny story that my grandmother told my mom. It's just a short gimmick. My grandmother used to see banana ghost. I don't know what that is, but she always screams that she sees banana ghost.
shape ghost or ghost?
Are they in pajamas?
I don't know.
But then again, how does it look like? What's a banana ghost, man?
I think like no one knows. Like she always just says she sees banana ghost, she sees fish ghost, and
Fish
like,
ghost?
she just sees really random.
Oh, okay.
She's watching Journey to the West.
It's interesting to hear like different cultures have sort of the same taboo. But what other taboos does Malay culture have? I don't really know much about it.
I mean, Malay taboos, because we believe in like how jinns interact with the world. Like some good jinns, some bad ones, and usually the bad ones are because you interrupt the good ones from doing their work. Some some Malay families they employ ghosts to do housework like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like it's like
Harry
how
Potter
my
in real life.
yeah it's you don't see them, but it's always like their house is always clean. Like back in my my dad's old home, his kampung in Negeri Sembilan. It's a very old one, around 100 years old. But so it's like the old wooden kampung ones, and his neighbor, they're never there, but their house is always clean. So
Wow.
whenever I ask like my uncle who lives there, he said, oh, they employ the jinn to clean the house, like the area.
Is it any different than the toyo lah?
Toyos are more like once you disturb them.
Oh.
Like the bad one.
Yeah, those one becomes the bad ones. If you try to disturb them, then they follow you.
But what about Chinese though? I don't know. Every time Chinese one they see something, I'll be like, oh, cool, right? Because I have friends, right, which tells me, like, oh, if you see any coins on the road, like, oh, you don't pick it up lah, because you pick it up the coin, then you bring back home, like someone will follow you. I'm like, bro, it's free money, yo.
Oh, I actually don't do that as well. Like I saw 100 ringgit on the floor. I don't take it. I send it to the security guard because I don't know. Like when I was young, I heard the story that if you take something that doesn't belong to you, you have to compensate it twice or maybe like triple or anything like that. You'll lose money.
Oh, but I've taken a lot of money from the ground I found. For my experiences, some don't disturb something that you're not supposed to disturb, or don't take something it's not supposed to be yours. In this experience, I can share. What happened was actually it was my grandmother's funeral. So I was very young. Funeral. When funeral that time, Chinese burn a lot of things. So when I see fire, I'm excited. When I see fire, I'm excited. I happy, like being a nonsense around the funeral and shit like that lah. So there's this time where they say they're going to burn the, where we have all the figures like burn house, burn car,
Yeah.
that one for the deceased, that one.
Ah,
So
yes.
there's that time they're like, okay, it's time to burn the house. So I was so excited. Everyone start running, like all the children start running there. So I started running, but I fell. Weirdest part is, don't know why I fell. I hit my knee, landed on the floor first, and my hands, but it bruises a bit only. But my chest area and my neck there, blue black. Then when there's a Chinese funeral, they will have this yellow jacket or suit like that, starts singing and banging things like that. He saw me something like that, then he straight away tell my mother to excuse me from the funeral. Then he gave me something, whatever, something like that. He asked me to go home. You don't come. Something don't like me.
Huh.
Yes, don't want
So
me to
what
be
what
there.
was it?
Must be he don't like you lah. I see you play so much. They be like, this kid run here, run there. Burn here, burn there. You
Yeah,
go
that's why.
back home lah,
What
you.
you're saying, I mean, what you're saying is quite similar to Indian one also lah. Usually the funeral
Yeah.
time is very weakest
Like,
time for the family members.
yeah. So it's very
Yeah, I
easy
had
to
one
be.
one experience I had was when I was a kid also lah, basically. So my grandfather passed away. So okay, for Indians, you do know that there's a 16 days prayers. Since the day when they passed away until the 16th day, they will have a lot of prayers. We believe that this 16 days, the person who passed away, the soul wants to come back to the house.
Yes.
Basically,
Same thing.
Oh yeah, Chinese also.
was only funeral where we whole family had a lot of disturbance. So
Okay.
what happened was in the middle of the night, I woke up. Okay, I had a bad dream. I woke up and I was screaming. Okay, but what I realized was every one of us who was sleeping in the hall, at the same time, everyone was screaming, and then the people who were sleeping in the room ran to the hall and then they shouted. They saw something and stuff like this and stuff. But actually, from my understanding, I realized that everyone had a bad dream and everyone shouted at the same time.
Then do
Yeah.
you realize in Chinese funeral when there's a funeral at home they use white cloth to cover up the gods statues you have at home.
Yeah, same also.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, they also
when they
cover up the television.
yes. The cover up the god statue, that one is what I heard is that because during the funeral you cover it so that it don't allow your family member who passed away to be with us at that time. And then until the 7th day or that one where they will come back and all like that one.
Yeah.
What happened was like for me I was very young, so same thing. I don't know why young that time, but then I was sleeping. Like you said earlier, don't sleep with your head facing towards the door, right? So as a kid, I was sleeping with my brother. So I was sleeping on the floor with the mattress, and my head was like facing the door lah. So at night, middle of the night, I sit halfway. I woke up. I just opened my eyes. That I turned. Then I just saw. Then I saw my grandfather walking past. It's impossible. I couldn't recognize. Impossible. I couldn't recognize him.
Yeah.
It's him definitely. Then I saw lah. I straight away run to my mother.
Yeah.
Then my mother is.
Man,
mother is like.
You're getting attacked in the house.
Yeah. Then my mother is like, "What are you afraid of? That's your grandfather. Maybe he just come back. Maybe he just come back to visit you only."
Go say hi to him. Go say hi to
No,
him.
no. To be honest, I was young. I was naive.
Yeah.
If now I would have asked him for 4 numbers.
Walao.
Bless your,
Hey, you learn your
bless
lesson.
your 3rd generation.
Across all different cultures, I feel there's always it was also very similar. At the end of the day, there's one lesson that I learned is never disturb what you see. Always ignore.
Be
Always
respectful.
ignore. Always walk away and run away. Yes, be respectful. That's the one takeaway I have. So thank you so much. I would like to thank Wan and Gautam for joining us today. Giving us some insights
Oh yeah.
on the other side. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. And that's it from us. It Talks in Bolehland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on our social media.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.